Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I've seen a lot of budget surround sound systems that try to cram in as many features as possible without actually sounding good. They'll throw in a bunch of flashy specs, but when you actually listen to them, the soundstage is all over the place, the dialogue is muffled, and the bass just doesn't hit right. It's frustrating, especially when you're trying to create a real home theater experience. That's why I was excited to try out the Definitive Technology Dymension 5.1 channel surround sound system. It's not one of those cheap bundles that promises the world but delivers muddy sound. This is a system that actually respects your ears and your space. If you want to check out the details, the link is in the description. So, what makes the Dymension system stand out? First off, the build quality is top-notch. These aren't flimsy plastic boxes that rattle when the bass hits. The DM70 tower speakers, the DM20 center channel, and the DM95 rear speakers all feel solid and well-engineered. The cabinets are designed to minimize vibrations, which means cleaner sound even at higher volumes. That's something you don't get with most budget systems, where the speakers start to sound distorted as soon as you turn them up a notch. Another thing I really appreciate is how well these speakers blend together. Definitive Technology designed the Dymension series to be timbre-matched, which basically means they all sound like they belong in the same system. You can mix and match these with their in-wall or in-ceiling speakers too, but even as a standalone 5.1 setup, the cohesion is impressive. The DM20 center channel, in particular, does an amazing job with dialogue. I watched a few movies with complex sound mixes, and every line was clear, even during action scenes where things get loud. That's a game changer if you're tired of craning your neck to hear what the characters are saying. Now, let's talk about the bass. The DM70 towers have built-in subwoofers, which is a huge plus if you don't want a separate sub taking up space in your room. The bass is tight and punchy without being boomy or overwhelming. I tested it with some action movies and electronic music, and the low end was there when it needed to be, but it never drowned out the rest of the sound. That's a big deal because so many surround systems either have weak bass or bass that's so overpowering it ruins the balance. The setup process was also straightforward. Definitive Technology includes clear instructions, and the speakers are designed to be user-friendly. You don't need to be an audio engineer to get great sound out of this system. I had it up and running in about 20 minutes, and the difference compared to my old setup was night and day. The soundstage is wide and immersive, pulling you into the movie or game instead of just blasting sound at you from all directions. I also love that this system supports Dolby Atmos and other immersive formats. If you're into 3D audio, you can expand this system down the line with compatible in-ceiling speakers or even add a soundbar to the mix. It's flexible enough to grow with your setup, which is great if you're building a home theater over time. I tested it with a few Dolby Atmos tracks, and the height effects were subtle but effective, adding that extra layer of realism without being gimmicky. One thing to keep in mind is the size of these speakers. The DM70 towers are tall and deep, so they'll take up some space in your room. If you're working with a smaller area, you might need to measure carefully to make sure they fit. Also, while the bass is impressive for built-in subwoofers, if you're a hardcore basshead who loves that chest-thumping experience, you might still want to add a dedicated subwoofer. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's worth noting if you're used to systems with separate subs. Overall, the Definitive Technology Dymension 5.1 channel surround sound system is a fantastic choice if you want a high-quality, immersive sound experience without the hassle of piecing together a system yourself. The build quality, sound clarity, and ease of setup make it a standout in its price range. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's a solid investment if you're serious about audio. If you're in the market for a surround sound system that actually delivers, this is one worth considering. Check out the link below to see the current price and availability. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.